Hello, greetings. I'm in a lot of distress. Sometimes it's hard to just keep quiet about this. Many times now. So again, another one, as I will share my thoughts as I keep thinking. Yeah, so I was thinking well, I had my breakfast. I had made yesterday. I finished it today. So, not that bad, but bad in the long run, like dying and all this for some reason that I know I feel but I can't express at times. And you may say things are not so bad here. Look on the bright side and be grateful and appreciate. Well, I've done that too when I was in St. Joseph's College. And so, yeah, appreciate and thank God. So I could, this would be debatable because I just went through a great, awesome debate between Mr. Michael Brown and AP Apostate Prophet. And I could say that, well, we believers say that be patient, thank God, but ask an atheist. I mean, all the children in cancer dying. And then, some believers saying, we're praying for you. But they don't realize that how much my mother prayed for me. My aunt prayed for me. Her late aunt, going to pilgrimages, especially praying for me also very much. Our Shia pilgrimage sites, Bibi Zainab and all this. So when will God help us? And so this is one of the reasons I think the believers are delusional. They like to cling to some one or two personal miracles, or when we got a miracle, or when I got a miracle, when my aunt got a miracle for her daughter who was in a lethal accident. She survived. And all these things. There are these pockets of miracles where Imam Hussein also comes in our dreams and told us she will get well, and she got well. The water miracle in our Imam Barka and all this. So I wasn't going to talk about this miracle thing or this debate, but it's come out somehow. And I was going to say that there should be some law and order about these on social media threats, and I should sue this person, Tariq Masood, because of my history of being very disturbed and living in Karachi most of my life, Karachi, Pakistan, and what happened to me. And if you come like that on social media, I will not spare you at all. And you've added to my sickness again, mental, because even that alleged sexual, I was saying maybe the wrong English I was speaking, so please forgive me. The British lady who had said that the sheikh had allegedly sexually assaulted her. The case was put on Channel 4 News, British TV, UK, and all this, right? So since then, I've been, feeling this man's this Safdar's younger brother's way, and he looks like Safdar, the Sheikh of Abu Dhabi. So this is it's not something to be taken lightly. Like, someone should reach out and do something about this. Our cases were undermined. My mother's case, people thought that we were just doing this for nothing, It's not a big deal, but no. You know how hard it is to deal with a covert narcissist? If you have a family of covert narcissists, uh, videos are uploaded, many now on YouTube. Please don't take this lightly. Another thing is Muslims suffering. So recently, these cases, please don't take them lightly. Abdullah Samir did a great job with Omera from Malaysia, and I thought that Malaysia needed to let go of this Islam. You see, in the book it says, in Quran it says that Prophet Muhammad ardently desires your welfare. It hurts him, grieves him to see you in trouble. There's a verse I can show you, but I'm not for just please Google search, or if you have the Quran, open the Quran, and I cannot give you the verses number and the surah number, sorry. So for me, any Muslim also in trouble, like we say Palestine in trouble, Palestinian Muslims in trouble, we're doing so much. We want to do so much for Palestinian Arabs and Muslims, innocent people and all this on one hand. On the other hand, in Pakistan, your own Muslims rape cases. What is the percentage of rape in Pakistan? For example, just one I'm bringing up. I don't think anyone should shed a tear, be sorrowful, be confused, or be in this. So we want to make the world better, bring heaven. It's utopia, my utopia idealism about the world. I don't want to see anyone being, betrayed, or these things, even raped or sexually assaulted, or feel that the environment is indecent. And if my brother comes to visit me, you know how people would think it's a small place here, although they're expanding Dubai, but still, the word goes around and things. So no, I wasn't much worried about what people are going to think and all this, but what happens is, if my brother comes and I'm living here, if my brother comes without his wife, and so what will the other people think, in the sense that they could think I'm a prostitute, God forbid, and then approach me or try something, some trick, and that would spoil my day, like that, right? To get my attention, to try something covertly. That's what what I am afraid of. So not the reputation or this or that, but just to have a decent life, and I'm not like that, so why? I've already had blame on me for being a lesbian, or covertly put on me. And I suffered a lot losing my teacher, Miss Tissa, from Karachi American School. And things like that, right? So why should people suffer? And on Tariq Masood on Facebook, I want to sue him. They use religion to make us fearful, threaten our lives. But who would go to that dirty Pakistan? When I came from Pakistan, when I came to Dubai, I was so scared that I don't know what happened to me, like I would check my grocery. If there's a bomb in it, someone put a bomb, like they could have come from Karachi and sneaked in a bomb here, really. And then there was a case. I was like, okay, before mentioning the case, I'll tell you about my fear. Every grocery, like if it was a packet of a certain thing, I would look into it. This is how scared I was. This is the effect it had on me. And when I was living, when I started to live alone, I left my sister's place. I would check the groceries and I was so panic-struck. The tissue box, does it have a bomb? Because they had scared me. Really, believe it or not, there is no bomb thing here, but there was an incident later that the lady in court went to court and had this hoax bomb scare in court in Dubai, this foreign lady. So you see, my fear is from Karachi and how mentally they disturb me. I cannot explain to you, right? And having shudders with Pakistani men just passing by me when I was living in my sister's place, either in the garden lakeside or somewhere outside, right? I would go and sit and, get this feeling, I don't want to see a Pakistani. So I'm really sorry. I don't mean to be racist, but it was what I went through in Pakistan, Karachi. So gathering my thoughts, I feel that someone should, if you are passionately involved, like I need 24 hours help every day. So I'm not trying to take your time or, force you to do something. But if you're passionately into this and you know what I mean and you want to help out, and if you have a passion, then be prepared 24 hours for me. This will go on until I get well. And I don't need these extra things coming on Facebook. These extra people coming on Facebook, things that could irritate my mental health. I'm also away from my principal, and so I thought comedy and lightheartedness. I just go to her page and do this. This is my life for me. She was my life later on. So she was the reason I went to London to do law, and I started to do law. She's the reason. So whether you agree with it or not, I can't find any other reason to live. And whether I agree to it or not, this is the way it is. I have to accept it. So I think that I was academically doing the religious thing. I don't want another Pakistani coming there and harassing me. Do you understand what I went through? And all these cases, like ex-Muslim cases, and the nastiness of the Muslims in Malaysia. I heard recently in that in Abdullah Samir and Umaira discussion on YouTube, right? So it really puts me down and puts me in pain. I was freaking out. What? How can we allow these stern things going on and no inside you a religion? This is what I was afraid of. Like it should come inside you and make you a compassionate, caring person, not from the outside superficially, like fear-based. If you don't do this, you're this. If you're not a Muslim, you're a prostitute. Like something like that. Some people might even, and I've been told by Tariq Masood. So action should be taken. These things should not be overlooked like we used to overlook and neglect. I think it's neglect. It's forgive and let go and give a blind eye to things happening, violations happening in Pakistan, corruption and all this. It got to the point where you really cannot take it anymore. It's lawlessness, complete lawless. It's near to ruin Pakistan. And then they use religion like Rasulullah and don't say anything to our Prophet, don't question this religion. How can we not question a religion which the Muslims have been such a terrible, rotten example of? And if you look into their hadiths, the Sunni sources, I'm really sorry to say that again, on Apostate Prophet Super Brainwashed video, the title of that video. Sorry, not sorry, what am I saying? Christian Prince, Super Brainwashed Muslim, cannot accept what's in the Quran and the Hadith, the bad things. Now you see, Hazrat Khadija, God is testing us, and all the things I've been through, like, if there are good people, this means that God is testing the believers, and by these good people who will not go to heaven if you don't believe in one Allah and Rasulullah and all this. Well, what have the Muslims given us? What kind of good example? Please go through the Abdullah Samir and Umaira video also to find out what nastiness and what cruelty in Malaysia among the Malays. Malays are those Muslims only, and Chinese and the Indians are not Malay. So, the nastiness is everywhere in the Muslims. Sorry to say this. No, should I be sorry? I was a Muslim too. But I don't know if this represents... No, I don't know if it represents majority of Muslims or not. Please come to the... It's too much now. I'm telling you, not one person should be suffering. A Muslim. So I see a lot of nastiness. Like if you're not doing hijab, she was bullied, Umaira in Malaysia, and all this. No, the bullying and the threats and the fear. And on that we say that, then we say America is after us. Then, things like this. Forget the West after us. And Shaitan is after us, and God is testing us. So whether you, both ways, with the Islam, it's like, no, if there are good people out there, like I talk about Londoners, UK, Britishers, no, that's a test for us. That's because Umaira put it well on Abdullah Samir's channel, YouTube video recently on live chat. Oh, live video, sorry. So you can watch that. Look at this. How can we ignore these cases? Children's lives are ruined. These nasty things like bullying people into hijab. And you can't even trust your own Muslims, like testing them in schools if they have to miss out on praying namaz because the girl has her monthly. I mean, this is really, we can't trust people. We can't. This is disgustingly horrifying, freaking out. I was freaking out laughing when she said that someone about to kill apostate. This case in Malaysia killed the apostate. I mean, if you look at the nastiness of the Muslims and these people, this nastiness should go. I don't know how this has come up. Fear-based. So every case should be taken seriously now. It's high time. Not to be ignored. Thanks to Abdullah Samir for taking it seriously and bringing her, Umaira, and all the other ex-Muslims, and what the countries are going through, the Muslim countries. And then they, you know what I mean? They start to threaten us. Tariq, Masood, who are you to threaten me? Huh? That I should not question my own religion I was in? After what I saw, what the Muslims were doing in Karachi? Who are you to question me? So all this, right? Once Sunni Muslims in Pakistan against Shia Muslims. Who are you to say the Shia Muslims are not Muslims? Every time I get it on social media, who are you? On what authority are you speaking about? If you're saying Shia Muslims are not Muslims, that means you're saying Hazrat Ibrahim was not a Muslim because he was a Shia of Nuh. So on what authority have you kept bullying us and coming and bullying us and telling us and putting us down and making us apostates and making the Shias disbelievers and mushrik, polytheists? It's high time we take action, and these people should be scared, not us, ex-Muslims, former Muslims. Okay, thank you. This is enough. I think I will have to take action against Tariq, Masood, and all these people because now my mental condition has, the distress has become worse. I'm getting voices. There's a sheikh who wants people to, take care, Zahra. Even now, I was eating my breakfast and this was happening to me. Voices coming. Take care, Zahra. Take care. Okay. So like making us, wanting us to be prostitutes. See, my financial aid expires 3 years. After 3 years, I have to still, I should be going to a doctor and all this. And it is expensive to live here, even as a local for me. So much wasted. So, no, I mean, it's expensive. I could, send money to those poor people. And so much high, what do you call it, high living, high standards of living in here. And I don't realize sometimes, I buy things and then if it's all the time in, like I'm not in Pakistan anymore, but if my brother bought he had 2 mobiles from Dubai, I would tell him, what is this? And now I have like more than 2 tabs and this and that. So isn't it a waste? I could have put this money and sent it to someone else. So I don't, myself, I'm condemning and criticizing. See, we don't realize living here or what the Muslims are going through in Pakistan. And subjecting each other, nasty people and all this. And behind religion, they're hiding now. These people could be like sexual assaulters in their, years, yeah? Rapists, all this. But how come they have the right to defend? Who are you to defend Prophet Muhammad? Look at yourselves first. Even Prophet Muhammad himself has said, there's a saying that don't be fault finding and first look at yourselves. I think there's a saying in the Sunni hadith about this. First look at yourselves. Are you fault finding? I'll show you this much fault finding. Prophet Muhammad's hadith. Let me see if I can find it here on Google search. I'm searching here. The worst of people are those engaged in slandering others. This is, I think, a Sunni hadith. Is it coming? It's not focusing. Here, it's focused. Why try to find fault with innocent people? When you pursue the faults of others, you corrupt them. So don't blame us, your Prophet Muhammad, yourself. This was my former prophet. See, you corrupt yourselves. This was my prophet saying this. And what are the Muslims doing? Oh, fault finding in others and all that. But this is like I will talk more in detail about this because you think, yeah, see, our prophet said this. Good thing. Prophet found false. Yeah, Chris, because this is a true religion. Islam is the true religion. That's why God said that these Christians who distorted the message. Like in AP, I disagree. Yeah, in the Quran it says hatred and enmity will be among them because they distorted the message of the true message of Christianity. No, sorry, AP or CP? CP, Christian Prince. Recently, I had to stop, again on this, the Sunni Hadith says this about Hazrat Khadija asking Prophet Muhammad. Again, when CP mentioned it, Christian Prince, I stopped. It's so disgusting, and I asked the Shias, why haven't you pointed these things out? And they said, how can we? I contemplated, right? It's a very sick hadith, super brainwashed Muslim can't see. Jesus Christ our Lord. Okay, there are different channels that CP comes on YouTube by different names. So he again mentioned Hazrat Khadija testing Muhammad, the same hadith that Dr. David Wood didn't sound so bad at that time when Dr. David Wood mentioned it, or Abdullah Gondal mentioned it. I can't remember exactly who mentioned this hadith. Yeah, I think it was Abdullah Gondal who mentioned this one. About the epilepsy thing. Abdullah Gondal most probably, yes. Yeah, for sure, Abdullah Gondal. So Khadija, Prophet's wife, had to test him, sit on my left lap, and all this disgusting thing. Okay, so it's a very disgusting hadith that the Shias don't believe in and reject. So I had to stop. I didn't want to anymore listen to this. I'm sorry. It's so disgusting. And so we Shias don't, we reject these disgusting hadiths. Our hadith says that Bibi Fatima, or Jibreel used to come for Bibi Fatima Zahra. So we have to ask Bibi Fatima Zahra. She saw Jibreel, Imam Ali saw Jibreel, Imam Hassan saw Jibreel, and Imam Hussain. जिसके लिए तो पर we have this Marsiya source on Imam Hussain. I don't know if it's in our traditions, but Jibreel would come down and tell Rasulullah that this grandson of yours will go through this and all this. So for us, we have to reject Hazrat Khadija, this source, Sunni source hadith. And how come we didn't point when they were coming to kill us Shias? You see, we wouldn't point out these hadiths to them today, thanks to these people who are on the Western Front and pointing out these hadiths, ridiculous, disgusting hadiths that I can't listen to again and again, even though I'm an ex-Muslim now. So I just can't go on, complete my sentence, meaning that I'll try to complete. It's so disgusting to remember this. So the Shias, when the Sunni Muslims call them kafirs and all this, why didn't we point out, how can we believe in these hadiths? They are so ridiculous. Come here and see in a civilized manner our hadiths, so that the Western people, these dirty things will not, disgusting things will not come out. Of course, if Imam Hussain was not there, this religion would have been ruined. See how every other person is becoming an ex-Muslim in the Western world, and we are blaming the Western world for being our enemy. And we're blaming Abdullah Gondal or the ex-Muslims in the Western part, Canada or North America or Europe, to be like Jews or, some swayed or persuaded or influenced by the Western secular attractive system, who are our enemies, who have been enemies of Islam and meaning peace, proper, true peace and great Islam. But we have been nasty people. We've had nasty, rotten people. Fruits in our, what do you call it, from the rotten. Was the tree rotten? Was the seed rotten? I can contemplate on this. So anyways, you can contemplate why. And so the Iran also blaming the West or someone, our enemies, when their neighbor Pakistan is their enemy, can't accept Shia Muslims as Muslims. Why go so far as to blame the Americans and American government and America? Why not see your neighbor Pakistan, who can't accept you as a Muslim? Okay, thank you. I will complete this tomorrow. The next time today if I come online. Thank you. Not online, but upload a video, make a video. And this is audio only. Thank you.